Okay, students, today in class we are going to work on lesson 2.6, which is called geometric shapes, and it's in the form of a poster. So when you go into your Google Classroom, you'll see that it's posted here for you, called lesson 2.6. So you can open up the instructions on your computer, or you can choose to open them up on your iPad. It really depends if you're watching the video here on your iPad or on your computer. But I'm going to go through some of the step-by-step processes with you. So, here's the deal. You need to be in your Google Drive, okay? Now, you need to open up your Computer 7 folder. So we want to create a brand new document. So we're going to go up to New and Google Docs. Okay? Of course, we're going to title it 2.6. We'll hit Enter. Alright? Now, it says, step number 2, we're going to go to File and Page Setup, okay? And it wants us to change the page orientation. So it has the word orientation here. We're going to change it to landscape. It changes the direction of the page, okay? Now, it wants us to change the page margins to 0.5. So we're going to do period 5, and then we can use the down arrow, or I guess you can't use the down arrow. You can click down here and do 0.5 again. Click 0.5. Make sure you do 0.5, okay? Alright, then we're going to hit OK. So do you see how the cursor is blinking closer to the side? That's what that means by changing the page, the margins of the page. So step number 5, part of it is crossed out for us. So we're going to go to step number 6. So it wants us to go up and click on Insert and Drawing. So this drawing canvas opens up. So step number 6B, it wants us to go to Actions here, and it wants us to select Word Art. Step number 6B, it wants us to spell geometric shapes right here, and it needs to have a capital G and a capital S, and then it says hit the enter key. So you should have something just like this pop up for you, okay? It says we're going to change the shape fill color, so you have to have this selected. You see how all these things are up here? If you don't have it selected, a bunch of this goes away, but if you click on it, there it all is. So you hover on these. This is a text box. This is an image. Oh, wait a minute. Fill color. Okay, and it wants us to do a fill color of white. It's in the first row all the way over to the right side. So we click on white. Alright. Then it wants us to change the border color. So right next to it you have border color. And it wants that to be yellow. So we're going to pick the yellow right here. Okay. Finally, it wants us to change the border weight from 1px to 4px. So you see how it's kind of brighter like that? Then step number 10 says click Save and Close. Alright, so you have it all up here. Now, if you click on it with your cursor, do you see how this box comes up? That's called Wrap Text. So you're going to click on Wrap Text, and that means you can move it anywhere you want. We want to go in the middle of the screen until you get a red line up and down just like that, and I'm going to let it go. That means it's right in the center of the screen. When I'm done moving it right there, I need to go over to the right side here with my mouse, and I need to click right here. This way the cursor starts blinking, and I can do the next step, which is step number 12. I'm going to go to Insert, and then I'm going to go to Drawing. So I have this canvas that comes up again, and this time it wants me to select from the insert menu in drawing. I'm going to click the shape icon. So here's Actions, and I need to figure out where the shape icon is. So it's right here. It's the one that says shape. So it wants me to hover. You got to move your mouse and hover on shapes, and it wants me to find the trapezoid. Now remember, you can hover on each one of these. Like here's a parallelogram, here's a triangle, oh, here's trapezoid. Okay. Now, step number 13 can be a little bit confusing. But what you need to do is you need to click and draw a trapezoid hold your mouse down and draw it and go about this big or so. You just got to guess. It's not going to be perfect, okay? But you got to draw it like that. Once you have it drawn, then you can double click, and in all capital letters, so you can hit the caps lock key, you type trapezoid. Okay? Now what it wants you to do is it wants you to go up and it wants you to click on more, and you got to find centering. So you got to go underneath the align and you got to click and you got to go to center. Okay? What it also wants you to do is it wants you to bold it. So we got to highlight the whole word. So I double clicked on it. I got to click bold, and then I got to change it to size 16. Oh, there's no 16, so I'm going to type 16 on my keyboard, and I'm going to hit enter. So it makes it size 16. Then I'm going to change the font size from Arial to Comic Sans. Okay? Now Comic Sans, there isn't one like that, so I want you guys to use Comic Sans MS. Comic Sans MS. Then it wants me to change the font color to white, not the fill color, but the font color. So I go up here to text color right here, that's also font color, is text color, and I change it to the white. The final thing I do is it wants a red trapezoid. So I go to the fill color and I do red. Look at that. Now I got a trapezoid, okay? So step number 17 says click Save and Close. Now when I click on the shape right here, I'm going to click Wrap Text because it tells me it wants me to move it to the bottom right hand corner of the page. So you got to move it slowly, and you might have to do it in waves because you see how it just went away like that, kind of crazy? And if I let go, it's way down here now. You got to do it real slow. So now I got to click on it and I got to move it back up right here. It moves really fast and it's kind of annoying and glitchy, but I'm going to put it down in the bottom right corner of my page. And I'll just kind of slowly move it little by little and let it go. And yes, it's annoying. I'm sorry. Okay. So now we're going to click over here again. Now we're going to, see how I clicked and it automatically went to geometric shapes? We don't want that. We want to click on the back white screen here. So we have a blinking cursor right here. Now the next steps it says is it wants a pentagon. So we're going to insert drawing. We're going to go through and we're going to do a shape. So shapes, find the pentagon. So here's a regular pentagon. Same thing, draw it about this big. Double click in it. Pentagon. Notice how it's all capital. I spell it right. I double click on it and I highlight it. I am going to do more. I need to center it. I need to change the text color to white. Size 16. I have to type it in and hit enter. I change Arial to Comic Sans MS. And this time they want the fill color of the pentagon to be, let's see here, pentagon, they want blue, I think. Yep, they want a blue pentagon. Okay, so I go up to fill color and I do blue. And then I save and close. The pentagon, so I got to click on it and hit wrap text again. The pentagon they want moved over right above the trapezoid. So now I got to make a third shape, a triangle. Okay, so I click over here so the cursor's blinking again. Insert, drawing. See how fast I'm getting at this now that I've done it a few times? Shape, triangle, there it is. I'm going to draw me a triangle. I'm going to double click, type the word triangle. I'm going to highlight it. I am going to hit more and center it. Text color to white. Bold, size 16, Comic Sans, and this time they want a fill color of orange. Save and close. And the triangle, well, I made it a little bit too big, so I'm going to click in this corner here. You always click in the corner, and I can size it properly, just like this. I'm going to wrap text, and it wants it right there. Alright, same thing. I'm going to click right here, insert, drawing, shape, and this time they want a parallelogram. So I'm going to draw a big old parallelogram. I don't know how to spell that, so I'm going to look at my directions, and I'm going to look, and it says P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L-O-G-R-A-M. See? When in doubt, look at the directions, and it'll tell you how to spell it, because why turn something in that is spelled incorrectly and lose points? I go to More, Center, Bold, Size 16, Comic Sans MS, text color of white, fill color, they want the neon green. Save and close. Okay, so I click on it and I scroll down a little, up, same thing, a little bit too big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Now I can wrap text and put it right here. I have just completed lesson 2.6 in 11 minutes. So make sure you guys go to your Google Classroom and you guys have to find lesson 2.6, click on it. Now you won't be able to see it on my screen because I'm in the instructor mode, but you guys got to click on it and turn it in. Don't forget to turn it in. I hope this helped you guys out. Whoops, wrong button. And good luck.